So we've been talking about two lines being cut by a transversal, the line going through them, but some special things happen if those lines are parallel. So corresponding alternate interior and the alternate exterior angles are all going to be congruent, same in shape, same in size. Then the consecutive, or the same side, interior and exterior, are going to add up to 180. Those are what we call supplementary. Vertical angles are always going to be congruent. I'll have an example of those down below. And then like what you see at the left, angle 1 and 2, the ones that form a linear pair, those are going to be supplementary as well. So let's look at these. We've got 3 and 5. So 3 and 5, you notice that these are parallel lines because they have the little triangle right here. So then we've got 3 and 5. Those are alternate interior angles, and that makes those congruent. Then 1 and 8, they're on the same side of the transversal, and are they interior or are they exterior? Those are exterior because this is the interior right here. So 4 and 5 would have to be our same side interior. We'll put that down here. And same side exterior and interior are going to be supplementary. Then 2 and 6. Let me get some of this out of the way. So if we look at 2 and 6, those are corresponding. Corresponding angles are congruent. Then 1 and 7, you'll see they're on alternate sides of the transversal, and they're not in the interior, so they are exterior. So these are going to be alternate exterior angles, and they are congruent. So now if we put some numbers with this, we've got measure of angle 1 is 65 degrees. That's this one here. Then we're going to find each measure. So the first one that I usually see is going to be the vertical angles. Those are the easiest to identify. So here, 1 and 3 are vertical angles. So 3 is also going to be 65 degrees because they are vertical angles. Then after that, we can look and see that 1 and 2 are a linear pair, or 2 and 3. You could consider both of those. So you're going to do 180 minus 65 to get what 2 would be. So we're going to say that's a linear pair. So it's supplementary. And then the 2 and 4 pair are vertical angles. Then once we get some of those, they're easier to see. Here I've got 1, 65 degrees again, and you see 5 is in the same position. It's to the left of the transversal and above each line. So those are going to be corresponding. And corresponding angles are going to be congruent. So we can do the same thing with those that we did with the others. So go ahead and find measure of angles 6, 7, and 8. Let's look at example 4. So here I've got a set of 3 parallel lines. So you'll notice this with the little arrows. So all 3 of those are parallel. So this time we've got measure of angle 5 is 82. Now, you can look immediately and see the corresponding angles, the ones that correspond to angle 5, are going to be 4 and 6. So those are going to be congruent. Then we can look and see, so 4 let's see, 4 and 8 in this case would be alternate exterior. If you look at this is the interior between these two sets of angles. Then you've got 4 and you have 8 right there. So alternating sides of the transversal, and they're on the outside there, so exterior. So alternate exterior are going to be congruent as well. So 8 also is 82 degrees. And then you can just continue on down. That would make 9 89 or 82 degrees for the same reason. They're just a set of 3 parallel lines, so you've got all of those to look at. Then 4 would be supplementary with 10 because it's a linear pair. So then we would have 98 degrees, take 180 minus 82. So 10 is going to be 98, which also means look at the others that are going to be the same and consider those. So I'm going to let you finish this one and we'll move on to example 5. Example 5. So the measure of angle 12 is going to be 121. And they say measure of angle 6 is 75 degrees. Okay, so first off, what are the vertical angles? So 12 and 7 are vertical. So those are going to be the same. Then, if you can't tell up here, because there's a whole bunch of stuff going on, draw the lines that make up angle 6. And continue it across, and you'll see that it's angle 1 that is the vertical angle with angle 6. So that one is also 75 degrees. So as we go along, let's go on down below. So if we look at 8 and 11, 8 and 12 right there are going to be supplementary because they are a linear pair. So we would just have to subtract from 180. So we're going to get 59 for number 8. Okay, and 11 is vertical angle with that. So that one's also going to be 59. To the eraser. All right, so then let's see what happens as we go on to some other things. I'm going to show you something. This one's a little different in that it's got some other ways of thinking on this one that we need to look at. So we've got these two transversals that cross the parallel lines and then they intersect right here. So the intersection there, let's look and see. So 12 is 121 and its corresponding angle would be here. See this? There's 12 and this one corresponds, but that goes over 5 and 6 together. So this whole thing would be 121. So just angle 5, I'm going to have to subtract the 2 and see what that's going to be. So we should end up with 2546 for angle 5. Okay, so then if this is 46, that also makes number 2 46. Then you should be able to figure out the rest of those.